if you're training for your first Ironman, like half distance or full distance, and you're doing it alone with no team, tri club, maybe you have a coach, but with absolute minimal communication. And this is how I made it work anyway. Like, been training now for almost a year for my 7.3 and my full distance, which is in just like 3-4 weeks. And I have done it mostly alone, have no friends doing it, and I have a coach that hands me a plan, but with minimal communication on the side, barely, like once a week maybe, or not even that. In this video I will walk you through how I built my confidence, I kept staying consistent, and yeah, learn what I needed to learn to get this far. And I'll share the tools I use, the mindset shifts that helped me, and like the system that kept me going and get me this far. So if you are training alone for your first Ironman and maybe want to have someone to share your ideas, ask questions, you could book a free strategy call via the link down below, and then we can continue the talks through that if you would like. But let's dive in. So starting out, I remember I felt completely overwhelmed. Sure, I wasn't doing a 0 to an Ironman journey. I was doing a 0 triathlon to an Ironman because I haven't done triathlon before, but I've done the different disciplines in different races. But there was still a lot of things that I needed to learn to get confident in this. And I had a big decision fatigue at that period, because you see so many videos on different social media platforms, maybe blog posts and stuff like that. And it got me in the state that I didn't know if what I was doing was right in a way. So I started getting self-doubt and second-guessing every decision I took, basically. The first maybe 4 or 5 weeks were just like this, me second-guessing every decision I took with nutrition, gear, bike maintenance, whatever it could be, right? But later on, I started to learn how I would find answers that would suit my life, right? Like I used YouTube, blogs, ChatGPT, Google and stuff like that. But the biggest mindset shift that maybe is the highlight of this video is that I went from thinking of like what's best to what will actually fit my life. So what fits my life? And the big difference is that what fits my life is based on my life. But what's best is someone else saying what's the best thing to do online, right? But it's not necessarily the best thing for you, because that person's life differs from your life and from my life, and like that, right? And this got me in the state that I could build a habit of like researching without me knowing for ways of improving my life. When I started to see how my life is looking and what I needed to improve, like I did a form of assessment of my life where I saw potential improvements, and that got me in the habit of constantly researching for ways to improve that. And I actively searched for those specific parts that would suit my life, right? And then I had to try them out and see if it was a good fit or not. And I remember like one moment when I saw a video on YouTube Reels that was actually unlocking a big thing in my life, and it gave me a lot of clarity, and it felt so obvious and so easy and right to do. And that was actually scheduling your training into your calendar just like it is a work meeting, right? Such an easy thing, but it relieved a lot of stress during my days. It got me in a state that I had to take a lot less decision during the days, because every Sunday I started to look at my work calendar and the training plan, and then I time blocked in my work calendar every time I would train. And this was a big shift. And one thing that is very important though is to also include commuting time, transitioning time, shower time, getting fixed and ready for work. Those type of times is very important to also schedule, because just because it says 45 minutes of running in your training plan doesn't mean it would actually only take 45 minutes of your day, right? Maybe almost the double, because you need to do some warm up, go out for the run, do some cool down, take a shower, maybe eat something, and time is running. So this helped me to really get clarity of the week, to move from task to task. It got me from reactive to automatic, to just wake up, do the things that it's my calendar, and then go to sleep. And it worked really well, and it helped me find time thieves and ways of just optimizing my time. So when I started like mapping out the upcoming weeks every Sunday, it got a lot easier, and it helped like every area of my preparation. Like I wasn't feeling overwhelmed anymore. I wasn't feeling that stressed out to get everything in my calendar. Just knew that I had scheduled everything I needed to do in my calendar, and then I just had to move from task to task to task to task. And that was a big way forward for me. But it was still hard because I was lonely at all time. I had to figure all this out alone. And as I mostly work from home and I train alone, I spent a lot of time alone. It was very mentally hard sometimes. That's for sure. That's for sure. But one thing I really got from this is that over these 12 months, I've really built a self-trust, a time skill, and just independence in a way, a very strong mental resilience to keep showing up, to keep putting in the work, right? Yeah, it's been a massive journey doing it alone, but I've learned so much along the way, and I've gained so much confidence through this journey as well. But I wouldn't necessarily want to do it again in a way. Now I've done it, and now I want to teach everyone to get into that weekly structure, to that confident level, to keep staying consistent much earlier than I did, to skip that stressful period, because stress is one thing that will affect a lot. I had a hard time sleeping, I had a hard time recovering, I was not performing the way I wanted in work or in training, so it affected a lot. But once I found the structure, it started to ease up, right? And it has worked ever since. But there's a lot behind this, and if you are training solo and want to discuss this further, get more insights, helps and tricks based on your life, you could schedule a free call via the link down below, and we could discuss this further, continue the talks there. And this will be it for this video. Short, punchy, raw, authentic, clear insights from my journey in a way. I hope you like this type of style, like sit down, talk. I really enjoy it, and I believe I can push out a lot of different topics in this way, and they're just straightforward, easy to digest, no fuffens in a way. But yeah, that's it for now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will try to answer them the best I can. And then subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot. And then I will see you in the next one. Peace.